What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ken and Corey, and I'm also 3 mimosas in right now. Right now, I'm headed to this place called 12 Stories in the Wharf. So if you guys have never been there, this is definitely the vlog for you. So 12 Stories is pretty much what you think it is. It's a rooftop venue that is on like the 12th story. I don't know if it's an apartment building or hotel, but it's basically a bar that's upstairs that most of the time open to the public. But when I went, I think it was a specific event going. I actually paid a ticket like on Eventbrite. I think it was like maybe 40 bucks. But I don't think it's usually like that expensive to get into. It's usually kind of like a restaurant at the same time as a bar. Okay, so 12 Stories is a restaurant that's like on the 12th story of like a hotel slash apartment building at the Wharf DC. If you've never heard of the Wharf DC, it's pretty much just like boat docking area where there's a bunch of restaurants, a bunch of things to do. A lot of things happen usually as far as like celebrations happen there all the time. If you go there at the right time, you could definitely get some dope views. The entrance, however, is a little confusing because it's like kind of like in an alleyway. It's not necessarily like a real easy to see entrance. I had to kind of Google map the entrance to be able to know where I was going. So basically to get there, you go up an elevator. Once you come off the elevator, you're already in the restaurant. So you walk out, you make a left turn, and there's a bunch of seating right there with like VIP seating closer to the windows. But then there's also like a DJ booth and like an area for people like to make a dance floor out of, which has a bar, like a U-shaped bar all around it. But besides the bar, there's also a really nice view of the wharf where you can look down at the water and all the boats. I think that's pretty much the main attraction when you think, oh, hold up, this is my Uber, it's coming. So like I was trying to say earlier, probably the thing that's most known about 12 Stories is the balcony view. You can definitely see like the majority of the Potomac River as far as like where the wharf is and everything. It's really dope. There was also a pretty decent crowd that came when I first got there. Like when it first opened up, of course it was kind of empty, but later on as I stayed there, as you guys can see, there was more and more people that showed up. So all in all, I would definitely say to go check out 12 Stories. Now, one kind of a major con about 12 Stories is the fact that it is a little expensive. I think like on average, every drink I paid for was like $15 to $20 per drink. So I had like 2 or 3 drinks. So I easily end up spending about like 75 bucks because of tips and tax and all that other stuff. So you definitely got to go there with a little bit of money to be able to spend. You don't want to just go there with no money. All right, real quick, before I wrap up this video, I just want to say that if you are one of the people out there who are thinking about going to 12 Stories as a place to go party and get a drink or so, I would say that I give it a thumbs up. I would recommend that you should go just for the experience and if you want to look out at the wharf from like a high vantage point. But I would also say that I think there's also a couple other better options if you just want to have the views and the drinks or whatever. But if you want like the vibes, like a hip-hop culture vibe, then 12 Stories is probably the best option at the wharf. But once again, if you just want like nice drinks and the views, then I would probably go to another place like Whiskey Charlie's. I haven't done a video of Whiskey Charlie's yet because they usually frown upon like cameras being there, even though I've seen someone there with a camera before. You guys should go check that out as well. I'll probably try to do a video on that one day. But yeah, if this video helped you somehow in your decision making to go to 12 Stories, give me a thumbs up. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, of course hit the subscribe button. I have way more things to show you guys about what it's like living here in Washington DC.